You know what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my swag. Born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Hands up high, heels on beat, praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace, a little gloss, whole lot of grace. They see the charm, but He sees the core. He opened doors I ain't asking for. So I two-step, testify, slide every turn. He by my side, I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Oh, left, right, spin it, back, stay true. If you love the Lord, let Him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give Him the praise, then we give Him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh.
Yes. What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and women are fast. Just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kentucky, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and everybody under the sound of my voice. You know I'm the Oprah, the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a dang busted smooch. And I want to say happy Black History Month. Okay, I like it, Roboto. Okay, come. Happy Black History Month. Yes, go on, girl. Anyway. What's going on, everybody? Okay, let's get into the things of the things. All right, we're gonna start first with my hometown. Okay, because I was not aware that they had went on and moved everybody out of these buildings. Now, you got to realize that the projects in Kentucky, these were the only three, I think it's 3 buildings. These were the only 3 buildings made like they are in other cities. Everything else was like on the ground. Okay, so you'll get to see what I'm going to say. Let's go.
What was once Dosker Manor now resembles a ghost town. All the residents, more than 500, have moved out. The 3 buildings are empty. Anything that's pretty much left, just a few stray cats. But coming up, this entire area will be transformed in the next couple of years.
I'm just ready to see what it looked like. I'm just ready to see the whole new building. because it was the buildings was really ragged and it was jacked up.
An update on Monday to the future of Dosker Manor, a timeline to when it will be demolished and what it will look like in the future.
Lord, these things had elevators, and the elevators would be broke down. Sometimes people would get stuck up on the floor. These particular buildings had mice in them and stuff. The walls was damaged. When I tell y'all, it was a mess. I never went over here except for one time, and that was enough for me. I stood in the lobby.
What was
And
once
that
Dosker
was
Manor
for
now
me.
resides.
Okay, so I'm glad that they relocated all those people. He said it was about 500 people, and they all have been relocated because we was wondering about that. So yeah, glad that they have been relocated. Praise God. Praise God. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you guys was, come on, where's you is? Y'all, Wi-Fi sucks. Can I tell you that? I say that all the time, but I'm gonna get a booster. A booster is supposed to make it evenly through your house. So I'm gonna get a booster so it can be evenly through my house. Okay. Just to let y'all know. So let me bring this up. Hold on. Here we go, right here. Come on. We're going to talk about Emmett Till real quick, okay? You really can't get up through a Black History Month without actually bringing up Emmett Till. If you are not aware of that story, please go look for it, okay? Please go look for it. But Emmett Till was a kid who was murdered by white people because a white woman lied and said he whistled at her. So they snatched this Black young boy and did all the things to him. Okay. His mom had an open casket to let Black people see what these racist people did to him. Now, Delta Barn, where Emmett Till was slain, is about as a sacred site. Okay. So they're honoring this place where he was murdered. All right. TV producer and writer Shonda Rhimes provided the $1.5 million donation for the acquisition. The purchase is considered a critical step in preserving rather than erasing this history. The barn had previously been overlooked, with some in Mississippi unaware of its significance. So Chandra Rhimes is the Black producer, the one who made Scandal and all of that and stuff, and How to Get Away with Murder and some more things. And she's working on other things, I believe. But she's the one who actually purchased this to keep our history, okay? Because even though it was sad, they're trying to erase Black history. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all not living under a rock that much. You are aware of that, right? Okay, long as you're aware of it, okay? So that's the site right there, and everything. So again, if you're not familiar with the Emmett Till story, please go and familiarize yourself with it, okay? I want you to do that. Please go and familiarize yourself with the Emmett Till story, all right? We did Dosker Manor. We did Emmett Till. Okay, hold on one moment. Let's get to the security cameras. Okay, let's get to the security cameras. Hold on. Okay, here we go, right here. All right, make sure you all can see it. Okay. Y'all can see it. Black History Facts. We are in Black History Month, are we not? Okay. A Black woman invented the first home security system in 1966. Okay, that wasn't too long ago, y'all. Okay. In 1966, Marie Van Britton Brown, a nurse living in Queens, New York, co-invented the first home security system. Her invention included a motorized camera, 4 peepholes, and a two-way microphone to communicate with people outside. She even added a remote-controlled door lock and an emergency button to alert the police. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Want to promote your brand? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. No matter. So yeah, we just wanted to show you this. This is what she looked like. This is the TV system that he used to show on, and this is the Okay. I told y'all all the things of the things. This is Black History Month. Don't get it twisted. Okay. Don't get it twisted. All right. Now, I know you all have heard about this story. Okay. I know y'all heard about this story. And first of all, let me do the rest of the Emmett Till. Okay, let me do the rest of the Emmett Till. It's just a small little video that I wanted to share to you all since I got his name in my title. It's like 2 minutes, if that, okay?
Distort and disfigure. This is why we have Black History Month, is because of this shit that white people did to black people. And those guys got acquitted and walked free.
Oh, yeah.
And then sold their story for $1 million the day after they walked out of
what about
the trial.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, it's
so if you're not, I know that's graphic, but you should be fucking appalled by that. It's the fucking white people that did this shit to Emmett Till. You want to talk about distort and disfigure?
So yeah, y'all didn't know that they got off, did you? They were acquitted with that. And then about 4 years ago, maybe a little longer, because time is flying, y'all, for real. The white woman admitted on her deathbed that she lied. And they tried, Emmett Till's relatives tried to take her back to court. And they was like, since she's a sick woman and she's on her, deathbed or whatever, that they don't want to sue her and everything, which was ridiculous. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Okay, here it is right here. Let me bring it up for you. And y'all can go to CBS and find this right here. Here we go. Wait a minute. I forgot I hadn't turned this up. I hope y'all been able to hear me.
Mississippi today declined to indict the white woman whose accusations set off the lynching of Emmett Till nearly 70 years ago. Carolyn Bryant Dunham, now 88, initially claimed that Till made unwanted advances towards her at her family's grocery store. It led to the brutal torture and lynching of the 14-year-old. The prosecutor said the grand jury found insufficient evidence to charge Dunham.
You want to file free? Hit it.
TurboTax credits you only roughly
Carolyn Bryant Dunham, the white woman who accused Emmett Till of making advances towards her, has died. 14-year-old Emmett Till was kidnapped and brutally murdered by Bryant's then husband and his half-brother in Mississippi in 1955 over the allegation. The two men were acquitted in his killing by an all-white jury, but later confessed in an interview. The case gained national attention after Emmett Till's mother allowed Jet magazine to take and publish photos of her son's mutilated body in an open casket. The horrific image shocked the nation and served as the catalyst for the civil rights movement. Years after Till's death, Dunham admitted to fabricating parts of her story, although she was never.
Did y'all hear that? That's the one I wanted to get to. Years later, she was said to fabricate her story. A whole 14-year-old boy has died. You know what? Most of the time during history, and don't get me wrong, because I got white people in my family. I got the sissy on YouTube. That's my white vanilla sister, love of the life. I really do. But we just got to be true for all the things of the things, okay? Most of the time in history, a lot of the stuff that has happened to Black people has been behind the lie of a white woman. Okay? And that's just the truth.
Charged with a crime. Professor Davis Houck joins us now. He's a professor of rhetorical studies at Florida State University, and he helped found the Emmett Till Memory Project. He also co-authored a book about the media response to Till's murder. Professor Houck, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me on, Jim.
Sure. I'd like to start by asking you about sort of any interactions you had with the Bryant family.
I did. Back in 2009, word got out.
He's going to tell about that story. If y'all want to watch it, y'all see it down here at CBS News. And last but not least, let me pull up this one, because this is all thing Black history, okay?
This weekend, people from around the world came together in Mississippi to mark 70 years since in late August of 1955, Till Parker Jr. took the train from Chicago to Mississippi. What happened next is a dark chapter in American history. A mob of racists lynched and shot the 14-year-old. This past week, the 86-year-old Reverend, who is the only living witness to Till's kidnapping, took the very same train ride to Mississippi, and our Steve Osinsami and team were there with the Reverend as he relived that painful and deeply personal journey.
My goal in my life journey is to help people see the light about love and not hate. I've been set free from hate. And once you've been set free, you don't want to experience it. And I can't afford the luxury of hate. We're coming.
Reverend Wheeler Parker says that his Bible tells him to forgive. And he says that's what he's doing here.
Thank you.
Taking an overnight train to Mississippi with his wife, trying to make peace.
Oh my goodness.
With the murder of his cousin by a clan of racists.
If you dwell on it, you'll come out of it injured.
Nearly 70 years ago to this day. Do you forgive Mississippi? Do you forgive America for what happened? Do you forgive those people?
If you don't forgive, God ain't forgiving you. Vengeance belongs to God, and you got to believe that.
Is it hard for you to go back to Mississippi ever?
For a long time, I wouldn't go. for over 10 years.
This 86-year-old preacher in the sunset of his life is the only living witness of the kidnapping of Emmett Till in 1955. They were barely teenagers when he and his cousin took a train like this one from their home in Chicago to spend the summer with family in Mississippi, but only one of them would return alive.
Cotton picking time just starting down south. When you're young, you just want to get there and get going and seeing your cousins.
Both of you were excited to go.
Yeah, man. It was a venture for us, you know. But see, I'm from the South. I'm acutely aware of the mores of the South. He didn't know that. I knew where I was going. We call it going behind the Iron Curtain.
He says they warned his cousin that things were different behind that Iron Curtain in America, that black children who were out after dark could pay with their lives, and that black boys should never even dare speak to white women.
You know you could get killed for reckless eyeball.
For reckless eyeball?
Reckless eyeball.
Yeah, I believe it. When we arrived in the Mississippi Delta in the morning rain, he took us to what's left of the grocery store.
Where was the entrance when you were...
Right in front here.
Overgrown with weeds, and much smaller than the scene he remembers as a child. This is where the white woman who worked here claimed that his 14-year-old cousin had grabbed her, put his hands around her waist, and then told her he had slept with white women before. It was all over the daily papers with quotes from a young Wheeler Parker calling 21-year-old Carolyn Bryant a pretty lady, interviews he says he never gave. Bryant and her husband Roy owned the store. In 2007, she told a book writer that she lied, and then she died in 2023, never apologizing to the black families.
What should I not forget to tell America about what happened here?
It's history. Not here to serve animosity or will hate.
Did y'all hear that? She admitted she lied and never apologized to black families. We get that all the time. Let's go again. Let's go.
From a young Wheeler Parker calling 21-year-old Carolyn Bryant a pretty lady, interviews he says he never gave. Bryant and her husband Roy owned the store. In 2007, she told a book writer that she lied, and then she died in 2023, never apologizing to the black families.
What should I not forget to tell America about what happened here?
It's history. Not here to serve animosity. Let the world see. Let the world know how far we've come. America's
30 in the morning, someone comes to the door?
Yeah, they're knocking on the door, and you couldn't see your face, hands on your face.
Was it screaming? They were...
No, not screaming, this belligerent death talk, what we call death talk. It's like he's not respecting them. So he left with him. That's the last time we saw him alive.
That was the last time you saw him alive. Before the night was over, Carolyn Bryant's husband and half-brother would drag Emmett Till to a barn and then mutilate the child in unspeakable ways.
Can you imagine how scared he must have been, y'all? This is a little boy. Can you really imagine how scared he must have been? Somebody coming and snatching him out of a house, white men snatching him out of a house and dragging him somewhere, nobody helping him. Can y'all imagine how in his mind he's probably like, mama, daddy, please help me. Or please, sir, don't do this. I didn't do anything. Please, sir, don't do this. And they still disregarded him because he was black. Can you imagine hating somebody that much because of the color of their skin? Wow. I don't think we give enough attention to stuff like this. And y'all saw that barn. This is the barn they was talking about that Sandra Rhimes just bought. This is the barn right here. Y'all saw it on the video, and then y'all heard them showing about him being dragged. This is the barn. Wow. Okay, if y'all want to see the rest of that, y'all can. That's why I put it down at the bottom. Last but not least, let's move on to our next story, okay? Okay, our next story. Let me pull it up. It did something to me, y'all. I'm trying to shake it, but it did something to me. I'm still here. I'm just trying to get my thoughts together. Just trying to get my thoughts together. Okay, let me pull this up. And then this is the last one. I just don't want y'all to forget. I don't want you to ever forget. I'm not saying to hate, but don't ever forget. When you forget, you doom to repeat it. Don't ever forget what we've been through, what our ancestors been through. Don't ever forget it. I'm sorry, not sorry. If that makes other people uncomfortable, I'm sorry. The truth is the truth. Never forget. That's why I have boundaries with everybody. I do. You're not going to, trust me, I have boundaries, okay? We have boundaries. Okay, y'all. For the last story for today's Black History, okay? This is James Byrd Jr., okay? This is James Byrd Jr. Let's start. He accepted a ride. He never made it home, and this was in 1998. This took place in Jasper, Texas, okay? James Byrd Jr. was born in 1949, raised in East Texas in a tight-knit Black community where everybody knew everybody. He sang in the church choir. He grew up in a town still carrying the weight of segregation's legacy, even decades after the law had changed, okay? On the night of June 7th, 1998, James Byrd accepted a ride from 3 white men. They were white supremacists. Let that sit in. He's trusting them that they just good old boys and wanted to be nice to give him a ride. Okay? Now, this is in 1998. I'm sorry, y'all heard my heater. Okay, so what followed was an act of racial violence so brutal that it shocked the nation. Byrd was murdered and his body was dragged along a rural road outside of Jasper. The crime was so deliberate, hateful, and meant to terrorize. The next morning, the road told the story. America reacted with horror. The 3 men responsible were arrested quickly. 2 were later sentenced to death. 1 received life in prison. The case forced the country to confront something many preferred to believe was gone. Organized racial hatred was still alive. But the story did not end in 1998. James Byrd's death became a catalyst for change. In 2009, the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act was signed into law. The legislation expanded federal hate crime protections and allowed federal authorities to intervene when local judicials failed to prosecute adequately. His name became a part of the federal law. James Byrd Jr. was not a symbol when he left his house that night. He was a man walking home. 1998 reminded America that hatred can still turn deadly. It also reminded the country that justice requires naming violence for what it is. His life mattered. His death demanded accountability. His name reshaped the law. James Byrd Jr. should have made it home. Instead, his memory became part of the nation's legal history. Okay. Now, somebody commented and said, we must show and teach our young men about these acts of racism. Hopefully, it will put a sense of awareness about them to no one they are not close to. Even then, be cautious and keep their heads on the swivel to be aware of the surroundings. Racism is not dead. Keep our Black men in constant prayer. Amen. Amen. Okay. Another person said, I remember this like it was yesterday. To think this happened in 1998 is unreal. Ironic thing about this is his daughter grew up and became a police officer. Okay. Okay, so check this out. From the sublime to the ridiculous, this man said, I texted my family there to pay our respects last year. They have his grave fenced in due to vandalism. You know, it's just hatred, man. Just like the Emmett Till thing, they've been shooting his tombstone. Okay? They've been shooting his tombstone. So, yeah, this happened in 1998. Never, 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 never forget. Okay? Yeah. Black History Month. I'm Black and this is history. Come through. Okay? Black History Month. I'm Black and this is history. I'm not going to let y'all forget. How about that? Okay? I am not going to let y'all forget. Walking home from the store shouldn't end in a death sentence. It just shouldn't. Walking home from the store should not end in a death sentence. It just shouldn't. I'm sorry. And I know people feel some type of way about it, and you have the right to feel however you feel, okay? Just like I have the right to feel however I feel. And by this being Black History Month, okay, you know, I told y'all it's Black history over here all the time. We talk everything Black over here, okay? Everything Black. So, but by this being Black History Month, never forget. Okay, never forget. Share these stories. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Remember, I told y'all this is the main course over here. It's okay to have your dessert and all of that stuff, but don't forget, this is the main course, okay? Ever. Don't forget to ever remember history, your history, okay? Never forget that. So anyway, y'all, I love you guys. I really do. Thank you for watching my channel. Okay, I do thank y'all for that. And remember, like I always tell y'all, that no matter what the test, always, always, always do your best. Your best. No matter what you do, always do your best. Okay.
From Kentucky to the world.
And don't forget to share. I might be back on you later. We don't know. Okay.
Real butterfly. Spread them wings, girl. Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm.